You're not my father, I don't need a curfew. She laughed. So I locked the door, left a note, and let the police handle the rest. I'm 31 years old, and right now, I'm sitting in my apartment, alone, listening to the increasingly desperate knocking on the other side of the door. My phone is lighting up like a pinball machine on tilt. A dozen missed calls and texts in rapid succession, most from the same person. Megan, my now ex-girlfriend, who currently has no idea that she's officially an ex. The thing is, the end wasn't loud. No screaming matches.
No dramatic ultimatums.
It was quiet, calculated, almost surgical. Because when someone shows you who they are, not just once but over and over again, eventually you believe them. Then you bolt the door and walk away. Megan and I had been together for 2 years. We moved in together 8 months ago, and at first, everything felt right. She was 28, vibrant, funny, and swore up and down that she was done with her wild party days. Her old place had been a constant rave. Roommates who drank more wine than water. Music pumping until dawn. Strangers passed out on the sofa. When she moved into my apartment, a place I had bought 3 years ago when the market took a dip, she practically glowed with gratitude. Said it felt like adulthood finally starting. We talked boundaries. We talked finances, responsibilities, schedules. Felt grown up. Felt real. For a few blissful months it was quiet dinners, lazy weekends, grocery runs. She paid me $800 a month toward the household, even though that didn't cover even a third of what I paid in mortgage and expenses. I didn't care. I wasn't trying to profit off my girlfriend. I just wanted a partner who respected the life we were building. Then 2 months ago, everything shifted. Tessa, her old roommate, went through a brutal breakup, and suddenly Megan was needed. Emergency girl nights became weekly routines. Weekly routines bled into 4 or 5 nights a week. Midnight returns became 2 a.m., then 4 a.m., then no return at all. She stopped checking in. Her phone died constantly. No calls.
No explanations.
When I gently asked where she'd been, I was met with rolled eyes and sarcastic laughs. But last Friday night, that's when everything broke. She told me she'd be out with Tessa again, leaving around 9 p.m. I asked when she'd be back. She shrugged, said late, and vanished like smoke. I waited. 10 turned into midnight. Midnight into 2. At 3 a.m., I gave up and went to bed alone. Couldn't sleep. Every creak outside sounded like keys fumbling. I must have checked her location 5 times before realizing she'd shut that off too. At 6:30 a.m., the door creaked open. She stumbled in, shoes in hand, mascara smeared, half laughing like a teenager sneaking in after curfew. I said nothing at first, just watched. Finally, I said, "Where were you?" I was worried. She rolled her eyes, dropped onto the couch, and said the 7 words that still echo in my head. "God, you sound like my dad." When I didn't respond, she smirked, added, "I texted you 5 times. My phone died. Chill." The kicker? Her phone lit up on the kitchen counter the second she set it down. I tried to stay calm. I said, "Look, I'm not trying to control you, but living together means basic respect. A quick message, letting me know you're safe. When you might be home." That's when she hit me with it. "You're not my father. I don't need a curfew. I'm a grown woman." And with that, she pecked my cheek like I was some overbearing roommate, mumbled sleep, and passed out until mid-afternoon. I spent that Saturday pacing, turning those words over in my head. I'm not her father. True. But then it hit me. I'm not just her boyfriend either. I'm her landlord. This was my apartment. Bought and paid for. Her name wasn't on the lease, the deed, the bills, nothing. She had no legal claim to anything. She was, at best, a month too. You're not my father. I don't need a curfew. I'm a grown woman. And with that, she pecked my cheek like I was some overbearing roommate, mumbled sleep, and passed out until mid-afternoon. I spent that Saturday pacing, turning those words over in my head. I'm not her father. True. But then it hit me. I'm not just her boyfriend either. I'm her landlord. This was my apartment. Bought and paid for. Her name wasn't on the lease, the deed, the bills, nothing. She had no legal claim to anything. She was, at best, a month-to-month guest. At worst, a disrespectful squatter with no sense of boundaries. That night, she went out again. Didn't even tell me this time. Just got dressed up, slipped out while I was in the shower. Left a casual note. With Tessa, don't be weird. So I made a decision. Early Sunday morning, while she was still passed out, I went to the hardware store. Bought a heavy-duty deadbolt that only locked from the inside. Also grabbed one of those chain locks. Came back, watched a YouTube tutorial, and installed both. While she slept like a baby until 2 p.m., I made plans. Sunday night, she got dolled up and strutted out at 8 p.m. crop top. Mini skirt. The works. Out with the girls, she said, barely looking at me. The moment her Uber pulled away, I locked everything from the inside. Deadbolt, chain, all of it. Taped a neatly typed note to the outside of the door. Grabbed my overnight bag, which had already been packed, and slipped out the back in trance. Drove to my buddy Connor's place and waited. My phone started buzzing around 4:30 a.m. based on my ring cam. That's when she arrived. Tried her key. Found it useless. Read the note. Knocked. Read again. Knocked harder. Rage texts. Panicked calls. Tears. Screams. The note said, "Megan, you were right. I'm not your father, and you don't need a curfew. But I am your landlord, and I do require a tenant who respects basic boundaries. Your belongings will be available for pickup Monday between 2 to 4 p.m. Monday morning, I watched the footage from Connor's TV. Megan sitting on the doorstep like a banshee with a hangover. She called everyone Tessa, Jade, Brittany. Her mother. Then came the messages. "This is illegal. You can't do this. I'm calling the cops." Then came social media. She posted that I had illegally evicted her, painted me as an abusive control freak who was punishing her for having friends. Tagged me in it. Her squad swarmed. But here's where she slipped. Lauren, my college ex-turned-property attorney, DM'd me after seeing the post. She asked if Megan had a lease. Nope. Mail? No. Rent receipts? Just Venmo, and always marked for groceries or wine. Lauren, she has no case. If anything, you've been too generous. Monday afternoon, Megan arrived to collect her stuff. She didn't come alone. She brought the whole circus. Tessa, Jade, a random dude, and her mother on FaceTime. I met them outside. All her boxes were waiting by the door. Megan, let me in. Me, not your apartment. Never was. They tried every trick. Accusations, intimidation, appeals to emotion. I shut it all down with calm facts. Megan freaked. Claimed she'd paid rent. I pointed out every Venmo said pizza or Wi-Fi.
No documentation.
No legal leg to stand on. They left humiliated. Or so I thought. Tuesday morning, I got a visit from the cops. Megan had filed a false report. Claimed I was running an Airbnb illegally and had evicted her. Cops came, reviewed the deed, ring footage, my documentation. Saw through it in minutes. Told her this was a civil matter at best. She left red-faced. But she wasn't done. That night, she posted a TikTok. Full tears. Accused. The twist? The comments turned on her. No lease? No mail? Girl, you were freeloading. Don't want to get kicked out? Don't come home at 5 a.m. She deleted it by morning. Then the final boss move. Credit card fraud. $8,000 in charges to my account. Luxury bags, shoes, and accessories. All shipped to Tessa's place. She forgot my bank would track the addresses. Forgot cameras existed. Police got her on video collecting the packages. She was arrested. She cried. Begged. This is insane. I was going to pay you back. When? After you got your own lease? Oh wait. Her mom called. Her friends tried. I blocked them all. She ended up back with her parents. Lost her job, friend group, reputation, and dignity. All because she thought being a strong, independent woman meant zero accountability. Last I heard, she still tells people I manipulated the system. No mention of the credit card fraud, the fake eviction claim, or her refusal to text when she'd be late. Meanwhile, I painted the apartment, started dating someone who actually communicates, and got a promotion. Connor asked me the other day if I regretted how it went down. I just smiled. She said I wasn't her father. She was right. I don't have to house someone who disrespects basic boundaries. Sometimes the simplest messages hit the hardest. Asterisk asterisk.